When he took his top off and I saw his chest, I was thinking, Jesus.
I just thought he's going to get yellow cards, isn't he? That's what I thought.
Mohamed Salah, after many years of being the top scoring player in FPL, will not continue his reign at the top of the tree.
It's definitely time for his breakout season at age 34. Getting in over the World Cup winning Hugo Lloris. Welcome everyone, this is the All In FPL show. I am JB, and in a galaxy far, far away, somehow Everton have won 3-0 at the weekend, and we're joined by their superfan. Some called him Chewbacca because he's pretty nonsensical after a couple of beers and no one can understand what he's saying and he's pretty loud. It's the one, the only Alex Doyle. How are you, Alex?
That nickname is not sticking. There is no way in hell. Nope, not having that.
No, we're going to shorten it to Chewy. We'll shorten it to Chewy rather than Chewbacca.
Worst part, I've actually got a Chewbacca. Look at this. How weird's that?
Yes!
It's not even forced, I promise
Chewy!
you. Yeah, I'm good.
And also, we have Darth Vader himself. Why is he called Darth Vader, I hear you ask? Well, he was a young, innocent young boy, and then his fantasy powers grew. And he become into the all-conquering man he is today. Plus, he gets out of breath quite easily. It's the money man, Josh Wooldridge. How are you, Josh?
He's gone off piste this week. Like he missed one episode, and he's come back with this. Like this is his way of making his impression again back on the scene. I think so. Yeah, all good, mate. Hope you are as well.
I'm
good.
He's been preparing that for 2 weeks, I think. Yeah.
I've got a script in front of me and everything.
I promise you, we've had nothing to do with it whatsoever.
But yeah, Josh even looks like Darth Vader at the moment because the light bulb's gone out. Obviously, it's light sensitive. It knows as soon as it's showtime, the spotlight goes on and the bulb goes out. Yeah,
it's like immediately. Like at 5:59, it was fine. We're recording at 6 o'clock, by the way. But like a minute before, it's fine, and then it just goes completely. We should say that, by the way, we're recording before the West Ham game today. So we're covering all the games except for that one. We haven't seen that one yet, so I'm sure one of you wants a Bowen hat trick or something like that.
Yes, please. Talking about Bowen
again, we're playing
Bournemouth.
Oh, yeah, not happening against
Bill in Bowen. It's the Bill in Bowen derby.
It is, yeah. My little plant here, Philip, as we named him last week, he's ready to go tonight. Absolute haul in him. Look at him, looking ready to go.
You say last week, mate. You missed the last 8 episodes, I think. So I think like it was more like about 5 weeks ago. I think when you named him Philip. I think
it was one spaces I've missed. I've missed one spaces. That was all. Some of us have to work during the day, so couldn't actually do it. But anyway, talking of that, shall we start off with the review of the last game week?
Yeah. Who's going first?
Well, I'm bottom of the pack, so do you want me to go? That's usually the way it works these days. And
yeah, do bottom of the league first.
A bit of stick.
It's always at the bottom nowadays, John.
Technically, I've still got Bowen to play, so you never know. An absolute haul tonight and a hat trick, and might pull me out of the mire. So we'll see. But anyway, my team. I'm sure Doyle's got it on screen at the moment. Not very good. Not very good at all. The defense is a pile of shit. So we've got Pope in goal. Obviously, I'll let Josh come on to it about the goalkeeper situation, but you can see the goalie I got on my bench. I assumed Pope would be in action quite a bit in this game, and I thought he'd make quite a few saves. He made 3, but he also got booked his standard yellow card. Same game, obviously, I had Trippier and Dyer, who did absolutely nothing as well. So 3 blanks in that game, where it was 2-1. So brilliant for me. Cancelo, brought him in this week, got him back. Obviously missed his 17-21 point haul, whatever it was, a couple of weeks ago. Come straight back in with a solid 2 points for the defence. So not very good there. I've got Salah in, who quite a few people have had, and again, what a waste of money. Another bag of shit. 2 points from him against Nottingham Forest. Martinelli, another blank. Quite a few of the Arsenal assets blanked. So yeah, add that on, another blank. Zaha, couldn't even get the 2 points. Zaha, he got booked. Almost looked like he was going to get sent off at one point when he lost his temper. So 1 point from him. Tony, another blank from Tony. That's 2 points. Thanks, Ivan. Haaland, obviously, superstar. got me the points, desperately needed them, but obviously he's like 99.9% owned in the games. That means absolutely nothing. And Mitrovic up front did the business, got a nice goal for me, although I didn't play Pereira, who was on the bench. And some people who have got Pereira, obviously, even better than Mitrovic because he got a couple of assists and bonus. Yeah.
It's sad that like the 2 template guys like got a return, got your points. It would have been funny if they'd just gotten, they both blanked. You just had like 15 points or whatever it would equal to.
I mean, that would be hilarious, but So yeah, the bench is stacked really. I've got 8 points from Ward, 10 from Pereira, and 6 from Williams. So
yeah, I was just about to say that your bench has got 24, and the rest of your team minus Haaland's got 20. So
yeah,
win
not very
for
good,
the
is it?
bench this week.
Definitely, unless Bowen tonight. Everyone knows whether Bowen's returned or not by now, but we're waiting to see. But any type of return would be nice from him tonight, even if it's just an assist. I'll take that at this point.
No chance. Josh?
Oh, it is me next, isn't it? Just about. Did you pick me? You got 61. I got 57. So obviously Ward in goal. I'm lucky I don't have the spot where I have the option to bench him. I just picked Ward and Iverson because I knew people would be getting this wrong time and time again. We see it on JB's team every week. But yeah, Ward and Iverson, you want to just be playing the guy who gets the points, who's minimum price. I think that's value, I think. So the Leicester goalkeeper, 4 cleans in 5 games. I think I predicted that as a joke 5 weeks ago, but it's actually happened. So that's hilarious. Yeah. Another 8-pointer. Fight was a bit unlucky as well, to be honest, because he got 5 saves. Could have been a 10-pointer very easily with 1 more save. But we'll take the 8, I suppose. Defence, I can only blame Doyle for this. He told me to play Gahey over Tarkowski last week on the spaces. I'm the fool, really, because I listened. I should have just played Tarkowski. Everton are obviously class. They were the home team as well. Should have gone with my gut on that one, but
Gay didn't play though, did he? He's got 0, so you'll have Tarkowski coming in for him.
Yeah, Doyle did this joke yesterday because when he screenshotted me yesterday, I had Saka 0, Gahey 0, I had someone else 0 as well because they hadn't started yet. So it just looked like I had zeros across that. Looked like no one had played. Yeah, bloody system error. Cancelo and Trippier, everyone's got them, so I ain't bothered about those 2 blanks, to be honest. 2-2's fine from them. My midfield is absolutely turgid this week, so I think a lot of people have had the same thing, but Zaha 1, Saka 1, Foden 1, Sinisterra 2, my top scorer, Sinisterra. Foden, I did Trossard.
We will pronounce his name correctly at some point.
Yeah, Sinisterra. I don't know. I did Trossard to Foden. I think a lot of people did that. I don't regret the decision. I'm sad about the outcome, but I think it was just a no-brainer transfer, and we just caught the pet roulette of Foden being dropped this week. So yeah, Haaland 26 obviously, and then my 2 strikers saved the day: Mitrovic and Kane 6 and 8. Again, Kane tapped one in on the line. I just don't care.
He scored that same goal 3 times this season, 4 times.
Similar to the Chelsea goal.
Every corner. You think they'd learn to defend it by now? It's just that it goes to the near post. Whoever it is, Longley this time. Sometimes Perisic flicks it on. And Kane's just there at the back post every time. It's incredible.
Yeah,
it's really annoying because I always have Son who takes the corner and doesn't get the bloody assist because it's a flick on.
Yeah, I remember this goal against, I think it was Arsenal at the back end of last season. He scored the same goal. He scored it about 4 or 5 times, like you say, in the past year. Just like as soon as I saw someone tapping the ball in on the line at the back stick, I knew it was Harry Kane. I didn't even particularly see a number or like what he looked like. I just knew that once a Tottenham player had scrambled the ball in, I knew it was him literally. So yeah, as you say, I'm disappointed with Andreas 10. He is an absolute monster this season. He if you don't have him, I would urge you to get him as soon as you're resetting your team for after the World Cup. Jesus Christ, like 4.5 million. He's probably gone up a few 0.2 or something, but he's still insane value for that price. He's like $1 million underpriced, I think. And yeah, like I say, Tarkowski also on the bench, but 57, I'm really happy. Got beaten by Doyle though.
Yeah, and I'm going to moan as well, to be honest with you, even though I've had a pretty good week on 61 points. Felt like one could have done a little bit better still. Played Ward over Henderson, which fine. 3 points difference. Let's take that, given it was a miracle clean, obviously, from Henderson. Well, maybe not. Maybe Liverpool are just crap. Well, they are crap, but Trippier got the 2, and then the double City D got 2 each. Thought I had a bit of an edge there when obviously Kanji started and Foden didn't. But they couldn't convert it, which is annoying. Maddison got the 8, which was nice. Martinelli with 2, Zaha with 1, and Son with 2, who, again, disappointing. I think I've got 1 assist from Son in about 7 game weeks I've owned him this season, which is pretty annoying for a 12 million, whatever his asset. Mitrovic got his 6, Haaland obviously cap, and Jesus got 2. So yeah, the Arsenal boys a bit of a letdown. Son a letdown, and wish we'd gotten that City clean, but can't complain too much given the points and a small-ish green probably by the end of it.
What was the thinking behind the double City defence then? Because obviously that blocks Foden or someone like that.
Well, I'll give you a clue. There wasn't that much thinking behind it, is the issue. Because I wanted to get Son in for that Everton fixture, and was looking at sort of who to bring in, and obviously sort of Kanji City defender. And I think the main thing is, I mean, this is going to look really, really hindsighty, but I did genuinely think Foden was going to miss at least 1 game, maybe 2, over the next month or so, just because everyone is back. Obviously he's played most of the games, and he will play most of the games, but I do think the injuries helped a little bit there. And I don't think Foden's as good an asset as he's been over the past, 4 game weeks. Obviously he started the season slow, and I do think that the cleans can potentially keep up with him at a cheaper price, and there are a lot of midfield assets anyway that you can go as alternatives. And given my rank, I'm not that concerned about taking things on. That's one of the things that I'm quite happy to take on over the next month.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think you're right, actually. City's got quite an easy run now, so you'd expect at least a couple of cleans. And there is such a wealth of midfielders that I don't actually mind it too much, because you're going to, yes, you might not have Foden, there might not be the upside of him, but there's so many other players you can have anyway. I mean, even your midfield looks fine at the moment, that you can get other good players in anyway. So yeah, I don't mind it too much, actually.
Yeah. But that whole double move in the first place maybe wasn't the best idea, to be honest with you, in hindsight, given how Son has done over the period. But
yeah, fair enough. Well, normally we'd show the all-in FPL table now, wouldn't we? But as the game week isn't over and Bowen hasn't played, I assume we shouldn't really show it until it's done.
No, we'll definitely be showing. Yeah, it's definitely on the screen. So, yep, I'm clawing my way back, very, very slowly.
Do you know how many you've gone up this week in game week rank? Because you must have had an absolute blinder, no?
No, it's not. I've only gone up 300k places.
Really?
From 1.8 million to 1.5. So did I. But very weird. Given average is 47 and 161, you'd think it'd be a bigger green, but no.
Yeah. Well, shall we move on to Fire and Ice? I'm sure Josh has got some excellent picks ready for us.
Yeah, I've got my headset on this week, so you definitely won't be able to hear any of the sound drops, but you can imagine them in your own minds.
Can you do a whoosh when it's done?
Whoosh.
Take it away, Josh.
Right. So I'm actually going to start with one of your assets as well, Joe B, the way you spoke about it. Because I think you got an interesting call with what to do with Bowen now. Obviously, he's got Man United this week. I think the 2 fixtures after that are actually quite all right. But what are you going to do with Bowen?
Well, don't want to get ahead of myself here, guys, and ruin a little segment for later. But yes, he is going to be moving on for me. They got Man United next week. I think it's away as well, so not too keen on that fixture at all. And despite Doyle not rating him too much, I really do want Foden, because those 3 Man City fixtures before the World Cup look like an absolute dream. Obviously, I got Champions League mixed in there as well, but Foden played every Premier League game before this week, and obviously now he's had a little rest. I'd be confident that he's going to at least start 2 and come on as a sub in 1, if not start all 3. So I've got a little bit in the bank, and I can afford to wait until Friday. I've got 0.4 in the bank, and it costs free to do the move, and I won't lose any value on Bowen. So I'm probably going to get Foden in for Bowen this week. I do like Bowen's fixtures after Man United, but I think when you've got the upside of Foden, that's why I want to make the move. So, and he is quite expensive, Bowen, as well. So I'm happy to jump off at the moment.
He'll be dropping pretty quickly in price after his red card tonight, I tell you that.
That's why I included him in this section, actually. I thought it'd just be funny if we all sound like absolute plonkers when we say one way or the other, and then he just does the opposite tonight. So, Doyle, what do you think about
get
it?
a hat-trick tonight, and then he's staying in my team. So,
yeah, I mean, he's an obvious sell, right? He's just too expensive for what he is. Like the assets around him are just a lot better, I think. So, pretty obvious sell for me.
I would sell him if I had him as well. Luckily, I don't have that ridiculous problem.
So is he ice for everyone? He's ice for me.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. What about this is a guy that obviously was really highly owned at the start, but I don't think anyone's spoken about him for weeks and weeks and weeks. You've still got him, I think, Doyle. Jesus,
I do have Jesus. Yeah.
Is he staying for you? I mean, it's Forest at the weekend, right? So
yeah, he's not leaving for that. He's probably. I think I'll probably stick with him. To be honest, I like him as a differential. Everyone's going to Saka. I like having Jesus. His stats are still amazing, even if he's not being returned. Well, I think it's two blanks or something, but I'm not too concerned about that. Though Arsenal have started to, it gets a bit serious, and suddenly Arsenal start to go off the boil. It's a bit the classic trait there. But no, I don't think I'm going to be selling him anytime soon. I still like him.
Yeah, I still like him as well. I think, to be honest, we're blessed with so many strikers this season. It's the opposite of last year. For me, the ideal three up front, which it has been for a while, and I see no reason to really get rid of it just yet, is obviously Haaland's nailed, but Mitrovic and Toney just for value for money because they're just that bit cheaper. And I don't see much between all the strikers. I think you could throw Wilson in there as well now. He's looking great for Newcastle. But just for me, purely, I'd just go on the price and I'd go for the two cheaper players. But if you do have Gabriel Jesus, absolutely fine. He's got Forest at home this week, which is a great fixture. The Emirates, and then it does play Chelsea, which would be a tough one at the Bridge, but then he's got Wolves again. So, and I think if you look at the majority of fixtures, a lot of teams have got two good fixtures and then one dodgy fixture. So, if you want to do the hokey cokey, you can, but yeah, it's still fire for me. Josh?
Yeah, I've never seen a season like this one where whichever three of Haaland, Kane, Jesus, Mitrovic, and Toney you've got, you will just stick with, I think.
Yeah, I meant to add Kane as well. He's great.
So Mitrovic in week 15 is possibly a sell. Me and Doyle alluded to this on Spaces last week. I think he's got a bad fixture in 15, if I remember right. They got City away, yeah. So that could be a time, and then Man United in 16. So I think Mitrovic could be a sell in 15, actually, and you might need to move some money around, JB, to do something with that, I think. Because I just think there's got to be better options for that last 2 weeks.
Before then, you seen his game this week?
Oh, has he got the Everton boys?
He's got Everton.
The form team.
Chance.
Yeah, I think JB will risk it for that one, maybe. I think we'll all risk it for that one.
Did you see what happened to Zaha at the weekend? Everyone was complaining about that.
10 choices, Mitrovic.
Yeah. What did you say?
Mitrovic, captain.
Oh, captain.
Against Everton. Suddenly he's an option.
He's been on form, to be fair. He's looked really good in the two games. I captained him last week. We didn't really talk about that, but I captained him last Thursday night.
No, we did our spaces on the Thursday during the day, didn't we? And they played in the afternoon. So I was all buzzing on the spaces, and then by the end of the day, I was sad.
Yeah, so I capped him, and his XG was like 2.4 or something like that for that game, and he obviously got his one goal, which, as it happens, was quite lucky because it was a terrible penalty. But he could have hauled last week really big, and then at the weekend again, he looked absolutely great. Took his goal again. Just a really good player.
I think he's a fine hold, like through those tough fixtures. If you don't have the transfers to use, like I wouldn't be taking hits and stuff to get him out because he is just a focal point in that team, and they do score goals. So.
And just on another note as well, for Mitrovic, he's 6.8, and I've had him for ages now, and he's still 6.8. So I wouldn't actually lose any value on him. I'm not quite sure why he hasn't gone up, but I suppose he had the the injury, didn't he? So a lot of people might have got rid of him. So yeah, definitely could be an option to take out for 1 or 2 games if there's no flyers.
Yeah, I'd hit him out, I think, for the last 2 weeks personally.
Yeah, I think if you've got
I'd
a
just take the
transfer.
hit for the last 2 weeks. I think, yeah.
And briefly on Jesus as well. Sorry,
The one we're actually talking about.
Yeah, he's still on 4 yellows as well, isn't he? So that could be, an issue next week if he gets a yellow at Forest. He's banned.
Same as Tony, yeah.
Yeah, same as Tony, exactly.
But we're all fire on Jesus then. If you got him, keep him.
Yeah, he's definitely not a buy for me, but he's a don't sell if you've got him.
Yeah.
It's
on the list, Josh.
I think Jesus is 5th on my striker list. Actually, I think Tony, Mitrovic, and Kane are all better, and the City strikers all right as well. So,
what about Nick Nunes when he comes back? I'm guessing he's back this weekend. So,
yeah, I think I guess like the Leicester boys again, are they back in the conversation? I know they got City this week, but they might be all right for the last 2. I think like Barnes and Maddison. Doyle, you've still got Maddison, haven't you?
Yeah, I hate the pick, but yeah, I've got him still.
he could have had a big haul yesterday as well. Actually, I know it was 4-0, but yeah, I think he assisted the assist a couple of times yesterday. Got his goal, obviously, but yeah, he just looks great. He's looked great all season, in my opinion.
Yeah, I prefer Barnes for sure, but yeah, I think I'm going to be moving him out this week though, Maddison, just for the fixture, and I just looked at his stats then just to confirm what I thought, and yeah, they're really, really bad.
He always has bad stats though. He's one of those guys who has bad stats. He's a bit like Son, I guess. He's had bad stats for seasons, and he just scores worldies, mate. He's just really good.
Yeah, he does. He's like the last 3 years. So, 3 years ago he outperformed his XG by 4 goals. Last year by 5 goals, and this year by 4 goals already. So he does score worldies, to be fair.
Yeah, same as Son. You'll see the exact same thing if you look at Son as well. It's just like these guys just
not this year, mate. Not this year.
Not this year for Son, no. But that's because he's got just the 3 goals. I think literally from the
But yeah, I mean the fixtures though: City at home, Everton away, West Ham away. I don't like that, so I think I'll be moving him on this week.
Yeah, same for me as well. I think Man City this week. You don't want to be picking up a Leicester asset this week, obviously, and then after that, although they've got an easy game in Everton, they got 2 away games on the spin.
I think did you miss the results this weekend, JP? Or?
Yeah, I did. I mentioned it at the beginning, didn't I? Everton. We're going to talk about it the whole way through, I'm sure. But
incredible! It's like Prime. It's like watching Prime Barcelona.
He's off.
Iwobi's the new Xavi.
He did look good, I must admit. Anyway,
Neil Iniesta. It's just all coming. Yeah, so Maddison and Barnes, ice for me.
Yeah, I think ice as well, but they are passing the eye test and they both look very good. I did mention Barnes as my little tip the last show maybe. So yeah, they're looking good, but I wouldn't be bringing them in as FPL assets. Josh?
Ice for sure, yeah. Finally, I need to talk about someone who I don't know if I wouldn't say we've ignored him. We've mentioned him briefly. I think me and Doyle spoke about him on Spaces. But Miguel Almiron, man, this guy looks incredible. He looked incredible again yesterday. He was just skinning the fullback. He took his goal really nice. It was bad goalkeeping, but yeah. Are you considering him as a punt? Either of you?
I need to look at his fixtures.
Personally, for me, I won't be able to get him in just yet anyway. And then he's got Chelsea in Gameweek 16. So, because I want to get Foden this week, I'm going to prioritise him. Probably not, I don't think. I mean, I could do it the week after perhaps, but like you said, I might want to get rid of Mitrovic around about that time. So, don't think it'd be for me, but he does look shit hot. When you two was talking on Spaces in the week and I was meant to be working with my head in a spreadsheet, I was commenting underneath about Almiron. He looks really, really good.
I'm sure you were just before the thing that no one saw. Yeah.
No, you have a look. I think I mentioned something he was pure fire or something while you two are slagging him off. But he's in the form of his life. St. Maximin's injured. Even if he was fit, I don't think anyone's getting in ahead of Almiron in that team at the moment. So if you're going to bring him in, yes, they got Villa at home this week. So yeah, definite fire for me. Just I can't personally squeeze him in my team. Doyle?
Yeah, I think I just feel really, really silly if I brought him in and he went back to being Miguel Almiron. Like, I really like the comment that someone said, like, get someone who motivates you like Jack Grealish does for Miguel Almiron. If you'd not seen, Grealish was comparing, I think, was it Foden to Almiron in a pre-season video?
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva to Almiron, taking the piss out of him in the pre-season. So, but I think I'm going to go elsewhere because I do have that move for Maddison, like I talked about, but I don't think I'll go to Almiron.
Yeah, I think he's absolute fire. I think he's really good value for the money, but again, he's just not someone I'm going to buy. I think I'm just going to spend. I've got more money to spend than that, so I'm just going to spend it in the last 3 weeks. I think so. For value for money, I think he's exceptional, but I think I'm just.
If I was on wildcard,
yeah,
I'd be very tempted. But...
yeah, I'm going to look at the bracket just a bit up. I think just like the next tier up. I think, and I think we should move on to the sort of team section now, the hot topic as we call it. So yeah.
Yep. Okay. Imagine sound effect.
Let's get away.
On we go. So hot topic this week. We're gonna keep it on a similar vein, but we're gonna be talking a bit more teams based. What teams have the best fixture run between now and the World Cup? Who we can, where we can take advantage and sort of get some gains on the field with a few differential guys to shoot us through the ranks between now and then, particularly for the likes of me, who had decided to block himself out of 2 of the best picks in the game. So I have to figure out other places to go. But Josh, do you have a team to look at?
Are we just trying to help you out? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
That's why we do this.
Yeah. The clear top
working,
one.
But...
No, it's not. The clear top one for me is Man United midfielders. I think this is like they've got 3 really good fixtures. They're all like sort of at different prices, so you can literally hit any of them. I think, and it just depends which one you want. I think for a 3-week punt at low ownership, they're all pretty ideal, to be honest.
How would you rank them?
I'm really close between Rashford and Anthony. I think Anthony is better, but he's 1 million more, so I think it's really close between those 2. And then I think Bruno's like a really fun punt if you've got the spot or the money, because he'll have the penalties now as well for the last 3 weeks. But I just think Anthony and Rashford are much better value. So, and I wouldn't pick Sancho, I don't think. So I'm leaning Anthony, Rashford, Bruno right now. What about you 2?
I am leaning Rashford, then Anthony, and then Bruno. I think Rashford's just a bit more. He's a bit more of a forward, whereas Anthony is still, a bit of a tricky winger sort of thing. His stats were really, really good a couple of weeks ago, and I've just had a look again, and they're less good, which sort of played more to what I think when I see him as well. It makes sense to me that, he's going to outperform his XG because he can finish, but he's not going to be a stats monster, whereas I think Rashford can be that guy. He plays more centrally in general, and yeah. So I'd definitely put him first.
Do you think someone did a typo on the stats website 2 weeks ago? Because literally he's looked the same in all 5-6 games, I think, so far. Right? He's looked really good, by the way. I think he's a really good player. But,
I think it's just, having the random one big chance 2 weeks ago on a small sample size skewed it massively, probably.
JB, Man United, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, not too bad. They're a bit of a differential, so if anyone wants to go for it. They was actually top of my list as well. So I did 5 minutes research for this pod because I like to put the work in for the viewers and stuff. And in those 5 minutes, probably about 3 minutes actually, there was 2 teams I picked out. One bit of a differential, and Manchester United was top. But yeah, I think if you've got the money, I like Bruno. Obviously, we know what he can do from past seasons, and a lot of teams I think have got a lot of money at the moment because there's so many cheap options, and people obviously sold Salah, they sold De Bruyne. So there is money to go round, and if you're not going to spend it, I mean, I'd rather spend it on Bruno rather than Anthony or Rashford. But obviously, if funds are an issue, then Anthony or Rashford. Again, was it you who said it, Josh? I'd just go Rashford just because he's a little bit cheaper value for money. But then again, I mean, it goes out the window because we're only playing for 3 more game weeks. So depends on your current team lineup, but they're all fine assets. But underneath my notes, I actually wrote the Man United defence as well, because they've got good fixtures, and where Varane got injured at the weekend, it's a long-term injury now, and Lindelof coming for him, and he's actually 4.3 million. So with good fixtures, if you're looking for a budget defender, you could probably go a little bit. You would do a lot worse than going for Lindelof at the moment, I think.
I'd say the opposite on that, because I was looking at sort of Dalot, but with Varane out and Lindelof coming in, it just makes me way less confident that they're going to be able to keep any cleans.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Lindelof has been a bit.
They were abysmal defensively previously, United. And it seems like they were just coming into their groove, but
it was just the more Shaw's got his place back as well. It seems over Malacia now. He's 4.7 and Dalot's 4.6. But just if he was looking really budget, 4.3 Lindelof, you can squeeze him in maybe perhaps. But I'm not massively keen on Man United. But
they've not had a penalty yet this year, have they? Or have they?
Can't recall one.
No.
Don't believe so. So they drew one, but
yeah, it was Ronaldo and Rashford, weren't it? Sorry, Ronaldo and Bruno last season. Alternating.
Yeah, obviously Bruno is on it now. Ronaldo's been sent to the wilderness, it seems like. So I do think the Rashford's probably quite clear the best pick, I'd say, at this stage.
Yeah, I think overall there's just better midfielders than Man United players, but if you do want to jump on the fixtures, then
such as this next team, next team we're going to discuss.
Take it away, Doyle. Go on. They were second on my list. I know what you're going to say. I hope you say it.
Well, it's the Everton boys, obviously.
Correct.
Great fixtures. They've got Fulham away, Leicester at home, and Bournemouth away. And coming bang into form all of a sudden, out of nowhere, after I'd given up on them. I think if you're looking there, obviously there's a lot of sort of soupy style mids. I mean, Iwobi is one who's a great pick. Always said that. Anthony Gordon would be the next one I'd be looking at, I think. But the best pick of them all, I think, is if you want to get differential up front, it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
That's the one. Great. You got there. Well done. I just want
to build up to it, Josh. That's how the best do it.
I love Calvert-Lewin. I absolutely love him, and I think for next week when Mitrovic's fixtures go bad, or even this week, as Doyle said, the fixtures are already bad.
Oh no!
Calvert-Lewin could be perfect for Mitrovic. I think that could be perfect for a 2-week punt. I think that's absolutely amazing for next week.
Yeah, and he looked really good at the weekend. He looked back to fitness at last. Looked like a proper number 9, which is what we needed. We were just struggling so badly without anyone to hold the ball up there or play into. So, a very, very interesting differential pick, and could be one for the defensive side as well. To be fair, Everton, if you're going there, Mikolenko always gets forward. He got his assist this weekend as well. Otherwise, Tarkovsky at 4.4 can't be too bad, can he?
He's got to have a bit of threat going forward still. Like, he can get you a goal, can't he? Still, like, he's bloody massive.
Yeah,
I feel like we've gone through the whole team here. Pickford as well, Doyle. Come on.
I mean, yeah, it's obviously it's just a case of which 3 you get in at this point.
Josh is already trying to crowbar him. He's got Tarkovsky already somehow. That must have been one drunken night with you where he's influenced.
It's a wild card pick, mate. Who's value? It's good value. Like, I've played him every other week, but this week was the one where he decided to get a clean sheet. So
yeah, no, I do like the Everton fixtures. They're a super differential. Again, as well as Iwobi's playing, and I mean he's got like assists and goals in his. Like, I looked at his stats earlier just for goals and assists. Didn't realise how well he was actually doing. And Gordon, I heard an interview with him after the game at the weekend. He said it was the best game he's ever played for Everton. So he obviously feels he's in form as well at the moment. I think the issue is if you're going to bring someone in, you're probably going to bring an Almiron for the same price at the moment. Or even if you haven't got Pereira, he's cheaper. So I'd personally be picking them over them 2 midfielders. But where we mentioned about Mitrovic having the 2 Manchester clubs in 15 and 16, maybe Calvert-Lewin is a good pick. If he can show up against Fulham, they got Fulham and Bournemouth, the 2 newly promoted sides, and then Leicester at home, sandwiched in the middle. Could be a very good differential there, because a lot of the strikers are so well owned. If you want to be slightly different, fly up the ranks, maybe why not?
Yeah. The only other team that come to mind, I think people have already got a lot of these, but Crystal Palace have still got three really good fixtures. As I say, we loaded up on these more like week 9 or 10, I think, just because of the run of fixtures, but they've still got 3 really good ones. So I'm not going to be selling any of my assets, and if people don't have Zaha, he's still very much an option, I think. Southampton at home, West Ham away, Forest away till the break, so that has to be good as well, right?
Yeah, agreed on that. I wouldn't be moving Zaha right now.
Yeah, I don't
Anyone
mind
else,
Crystal.
JB?
Yeah, I've been saying how much I love Palace all season with Zaha, Eze, and Elise. Again, really good value picks on the game. Even Zaha, he's a little bit pricier, but for what he gives you, he's the talisman of the team on penalties. He's almost like a striker where he drifts into them positions. But actually, I've been a little bit unimpressed with Palace lately. I did think it was obviously the fixtures. They've had tough fixtures and they've eased up slightly, but they're not looking that convincing to me lately, although they are getting nice fixtures now.
Had very tough fixtures though, particularly last weekend.
They have, yeah. I watched the Wolves game and they done well to come back from 1-0 down in that. But I assume they're pretty abysmal at the weekend against the mighty Everton. So maybe. But, as I keep saying, better options elsewhere. But
Cool. Should we move on?
Yeah, I guess we're moving on to next game week now then. JB, what are your plans?
my plans. Okay, so we've already covered it earlier. Unless Bowen gets like 4 goals tonight or something crazy, I'll have 1 transfer. So seems pretty obvious to me to get a third Man City player. I mean, talking of the hot topic, what we just had, talking about fixtures, we didn't really mention them, but actually the best fixtures on paper, I think, is Man City. They got Leicester away, Fulham at home, and then Brentford at home. So I can see them going absolutely mad in them 3 games. So free City is essential, I think. Don't overthink it. And I've got Bowen, so I'm going to move him on as he's got away at Old Trafford this week for Foden. And other than that, I mean, I assume most teams are pretty template at the moment, but the team looks great on paper. Lots of home fixtures. Martinelli's got Forest. Zaha's at home to Southampton. Tony and Mitrovic are at home to Everton and Wolves. And then got double Newcastle defence as well with Pope and Trippier. They're at home to Villa. May still have the new manager bounce. Villa look really good at the weekend. But we'll have to see. And then I've got Pereira on the bench and Gay on the bench at the moment. So can't quite squeeze them in with the fixtures. But yeah, looking okay for me at the moment. Obviously Ward's staying on the bench. Josh is probably going to play him against Man City. But yeah, let's find out. You playing Ward, Josh?
Yeah, I'll start Iverson, but I might get Ward on. I don't know. So, yeah, you just it's just not an option for me, unfortunately. I just have to leave it as is now. This is my goalkeeper pairing for the rest of my life, probably. Not let alone the season. It's probably
they're going to leave to the World Cup. Can you have him in World Cup fantasy for Wales?
Yeah, you can, mate. Don't you?
We'll have to do some specials on the World Cup. Maybe we can do a couple of pods because I'm sure we're all playing that, and we can get some Ward Watch going. That's the segment right there. Hot topic, Ward Watch.
Ward Watch. No one should listen to us on World Cup fantasy, by the way, but we'll give it a go for sure. Yeah, I was just looking how similar mine was to yours, actually, JB. I think we got 1, 2. We're going to have like 6 of the same, I think, which ain't as 10 players, I thought, to be honest. So obviously I've got Ward in goal, the same 2 defenders, Cancelo, Trippier, and then I've got Gahey. I'm actually starting him this week. I think it's absolutely fine to play him compared to the other crap I've got. I've got Foden the same as you, Zaha the same as you. Then I've got Saka, and at the moment I've got Sinisterra, something.
I don't want to stop you here, Josh, but I do want to rewind briefly because we've actually not mentioned his name once this entire podcast, and that is Mo Salah, and you've still got him, JB.
Yeah, I know. If I'm honest, I'd happily swap him for like an £8 million player at this point, and it wouldn't even bother me the fact that he's so much more in this Mo Salah because he's not playing as if he's a £13 million player. And there's other players.
Him at the weekend, did you?
No, I'm not stupid. Went Haaland. So yeah, I wouldn't mind, but he has got a good fixture at home to Leeds. I certainly don't want to shift him. Liverpool's fixture ain't too bad, but I'd consider him, he's to me, he's more like a £9 million player or something at the moment, but I'm still happy to keep him. And obviously I want to get Foden in. So
moving into Bruno next week could be a good one, JB, after the Leeds game.
We'll see. Who have Liverpool actually got?
They got Tottenham the week after.
Tottenham away, but then I don't know, when you look at the games in isolation, so Salah's next 3 games before the World Cup, he's at home to Leeds and he's got a home to Southampton. Quite like him for both of them too. With all the injuries they've got, he's going to start. He's on penalties. Even though he's a pile of shit, I'd still be tempted to keep him.
Well, I just wanted to make sure we got that out there, that, that Salah is still shit, just in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah, what is the theme this week? Is it either Salah's shit or Everton's like the best team in the world? Or
it's both. It's great.
It's both.
It's just the best week ever.
Yeah.
Buzzing for the podcast. And I'm top of the pile in this. What a week.
Oh, brilliant.
What a week.
Salah has blanked against Bournemouth and Forest this season. I would like to just put that on record. Just while we're looking at these good fixtures in inverted commas, he has been crap against some of the crap teams. So.
I know. You got to be hopeful against Leeds at home, though, haven't you?
I'd still cap him there. If I were in Salah, I'd still cap him into Leeds.
Give me Haaland away at Leicester any day.
Haaland's that's the early kickoff, though, John, and we know
it's
that
the best goalkeeper in the league as well, by the way.
Exactly.
I like the early kickoff. That's the game I'm always watching, the early kickoff usually. I'm always so excited for the game weeks. I like having someone in that. I'm the opposite to most people.
You're capping Haaland, I'm capping Haaland, JB. So just to round off mine, I've got that Sinistera position. I'm gonna buy a Man United midfielder. I think it'll be Anthony because I'm a bit rogue, but Rashford it could easily be Rashford as well. I've got exact money for Sinistera and Mitrovic to Anthony and Calvert-Lewin. So that'll be my moves over the next 2 weeks, I think, for sure. I'm not worried about a price rise for Calvert-Lewin. Maybe I should be. But,
boys, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Look, we're talking about price rises for Calvert-Lewin. We'll be shoehorning in Iwobi next.
I'm not worried about the price rise. Doyle's face was staggered. That he was like he didn't know what to do when I said that. But
I mean, after this podcast goes out, and all our impressionable listeners here, they'll be rushing to get him in. So I'd be pretty concerned about a price rise tonight.
He's our latest sweetheart. We've got Billing, Ward. We hate Salah. And now we've got Calvert-Lewin as the next one. I think he's the next one on the. If we all have him, and I can see it happening. We've all got Mitrovic. We've all got the slot. I can just see it happening. All 3 of us next week. So let's.
If he hauls, I'll buy another plant and call it Dominic.
Imagine if he's got hauls as well when we've all got him. When we're all together at Belushi's in week 16. Imagine if he hauls and no one else has got him.
We might have to do that now. I can imagine that.
Snodgrass 2.0.
We've got a bit of a track record with this, haven't we? So just as an aside for a second, we all owned Robert Snodgrass when he got 3 attacking returns against Brighton, and we were all together in the room together. And as you can imagine, we were a nightmare to be around because we were going absolutely nuts. We couldn't believe it, could we, boys?
I think we're only 3 people in the world who had Robert Snodgrass. Yeah.
There was about 30 of us from our sort of like fantasy WhatsApp group and stuff, and yeah, it was brilliant when we still got a gif of it going round, post it every couple of weeks.
Yeah, DCL's the next one of that. DCL is Snodgrass 2.0. I can just feel it. They've got Bournemouth that day as well in the 3 o'clock. I mean, Jesus Christ.
The 3 o'clock as well, the same as last time.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm locked in. So Doyle's already locked in, so it's on you, JB. It's like whatever.
He's going to get injured, isn't he, and ruin it all. But
I don't think I can afford it.
You have to take a hit
away, mate.
I'd have to take Salah out for him or something.
Oh no! What? How will you? Oh god, you might have to. I suppose if you have to.
I really want to get him as well, but I don't think I can do it. No, I'm nowhere near it. I'll have 6.9 million once I get rid of Mitrovic. And he's about 7.8, is he?
He's 7.9, yeah.
No chance. Even if I got rid of Tony, I can't do it.
Mate, you need to do Salah to Bruno and Mitrovic to DCL. Simple. So that's how you play the game. That's how you win. And you'll have some money spare as well for a rainy day.
I'm going to have to go against you. Shame.
No, you'll have a move in week 16. Have you already got a planned transfer for next week then already?
No, not really. Bowen for Foden, and then I'm can do what I want really. But looking at it, I suppose Mitrovic, if I do get rid of him, I ain't got much money to spend. So I don't know if there will be a better option cheaper than 6.8. So it might be sticking, I guess.
No, but like if you've got 2 moves to do before week 16, remember that's the last. You've got to use 2 before then, right? Like not including this one.
Oh, you mean for the last game week? Yeah. I suppose so. Yeah. Okay. If I roll a transfer in 15, I can.
No, that's just stupid. Hit next week. Do Salah and Mitrovic to Calvert-Lewin and Bruno. And
Yeah, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance because I don't. After I get Foden for Bowen, there's nothing screaming out at me the next week.
Take a hit.
So I would have to play Mitrovic, but then I could do a double move on the last week and have a bit of fun with it.
No, just do a hit on next week.
I'm not. Look, I can't get into hits for Everton players. I can't do it. It's just not right.
We'll try again next week, Doyle. We'll try again next week.
After Calvert-Lewin's brace at the weekend, it'll be a much easier sell.
I was just looking at transfers in for Everton players. I mean, I don't know why I'm doing this, but this is what it's come to. Who do you think's the most transferred in player?
Cody?
For Everton specifically, or?
Everton. Cody for Doyle. What do you think?
Anthony Gordon.
No. So Gordon's had 8,000 in. Calvert-Lewin's had 11,000. Cody's had 30,000, but whopping 53,000 is Iwobi.
Yeah, it's the highest scorer. That's why.
53,000. It's a lot, isn't
51 points, 53,000 people.
What are people doing?
1 goal, 5 assists. Baller.
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 Well, by the time people see this podcast anyway, everyone will be rushing for the triple Everton, won't they?
They're probably all just doing Salah to Iwobi for a hit, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And I've got Haaland captain and I've got Mitrovic and Kane, and that's my strikers, yeah. And I'm going to just use 1 transfer each week till 16, I think. So, as I say, this week, Sinistera to a Man United midfielder. Next week, Mitrovic to DCL. Week 16 is going to be the funniest move you've ever seen, and I don't even know what it is yet. It's going to be that much fun.
Brilliant. I forgot we was even doing the teams for one point where we was gone off on Everton for so long. What you got then, Doyle? Come on. Everton transfers?
So, yeah, this week I'm doing Maddison to Iwobi. Maybe.
I genuinely don't know if he's joking or not.
Well, I'm half joking. I've not completely considered it yet. I think it'll probably be Rashford, Maddison to Rashford. I've got 2 frees, by the way. I think it'll just be Maddison to Rashford this week, though, and roll the other one. Currently, I've got Henderson in goal ahead of Ward, which is a mistake. Trippier, Saliba, Forest at home, Cancelo. Then Maddison, who will become someone. Martinelli, Forest at home, Zaha, Southampton at home, Son, Bournemouth away. I really just want him to score 1 goal, man. Just 1 goal would be amazing. That's all. Mitrovic, Jesus, and Haaland captain.
Was you playing Arkanji this week?
I am benching Arkanji this week.
Really? Interesting.
I can't fit him in.
What's the point of getting him if you're going to bench the Man City player?
He benched him the week he bought him as well.
I mean,
playing really well. Yeah, I'm really good.
There's a way at Leicester, I guess, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't know who's bench for him, to be honest with you. That's the issue. So I've got Trippier, Saliba, and Cancelo at the back. Saliba's got Forest at home.
Yeah, you can't bench them.
Exactly. And then I've got Martinelli, Zaha, and Son with Maddison, and I've got a transfer.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think next week, Doyle, I think for you as well, Son to Bruno is looking pretty good, or something similar to that. Like again, with the Liverpool fixture, it's a good excuse to get rid of your crappiest player, I think.
Yeah, I mean that is Son and Mitrovic to Bruno and Calvert-Lewin all over, doesn't it? How's that written?
If you got the funds, I think you should have the funds, right? Because Maddison to Rashford makes like 1.4 or 1.3 something, right?
Son makes like 2 million of itself, yeah.
Son easy, absolutely easy.
Yeah.
Do you say Maddison was going this week?
Yeah.
Because they got Man City now.
Yeah.
Not considered Maddison to Almiron?
Prefer the United lads. Just do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't trust Almiron.
I think I'll go Almiron. Get a bit more money, then you could easily upgrade Mitrovic then to DCL.
I can do anyway, I think.
I mean, we've discovered DCL's essential now, yeah? That's what we've gained from this podcast.
Doyle's not scared of selling his premium brick. Luckily, he's willing to sell Son next week, so he'll have some money. Whereas it's harder for you, JB, with Sally. You just want to keep him forever.
I mean, I've still got it anyway. Like if I do Maddison to Rashford, I've got 9 million for my striker or something like that. So I've got loads. I've got tons of money.
You might be on a fun hit then next week just to use the money because like you've probably got another 4 million or something once you do if you do.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you're pretty well set this week though with your Arsenal playing Forest. That's the standout fixture. Emirates, and you've got Saliba, Martinelli, and Jesus.
Yeah, because I mean the big reason why I free hit was to keep the Arsenal lads and the City lads and not have to sell them all out. But then obviously all those assets bricked at the weekend when Arsenal had Southampton and City had Brighton at home. So that was pretty frustrating. But hopefully the Arsenal boys do it this week. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I was going to sort the thumbnail out later with Jesus because obviously they got the big fixture this week. But I think DCL might make an appearance now.
Yeah,
the DCL
change everything.
The DCL show.
God, no one will click that. Jesus Christ.
Are we moving on to?
Yeah, we're all captain in Haaland.
Yeah. So like on a shorter form game. So like when we talk about like daily fantasy or when we talk about like the half season game on fanteam, for example, it's now time to like start punting if you're in a spot to punt. But on FPL, there's still 25 weeks left or something. We just don't need to punt yet. Just pick the best captain for God's sake.
Yeah, and he's just so far and away the best captain. Well, yeah, I think it is. Even Arsenal having Forest isn't quite enough for me. I don't think to go near there. So.
Apparently, you need 6 goals in his match last season's Golden Boot, and we're only in October. That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
6
that
goals
goal at the weekend was ridiculous. At first, when I just bullied the guy. I don't think it was.
And that was who did he push off the ball there?
Dunk. Was it Dunk?
Yes, and I'm thinking
Webster.
Either one, but he weren't small, and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, and he's just bounced off him. Right? It's not like it was like Trossard or someone.
No, he's just
he's absolutely class. Right, I'm going to start because I want to be decisive this week. So, as we know, Leicester's got Man City, but I can't ignore the form man in goal. I think Danny Ward makes at least 6 saves this week.
Oh, come off it!
He's going to get.
Of course, he's going to make 6 saves. It's Man City. They have about 200 shots.
He's going to get a 3-pointer. Is what 3 or more? I'll take that.
I thought he was going for the Ward clean sheet again. That would have been impressive. When he's gone for 6 saves against Man City.
No, he's going to get a 3-pointer. I won't set the saves because he's obviously getting them. That's just a given. But I'll say that he'll get 3 points or more, so that he'll keep some goals out as well.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Right,
it's a gimme line for you, that is, boys. That's an absolute gift from me.
Gimme. It's 50. Go on, I'll take it.
Makes a change for me to suggest a 50-50 one, JB. That's you every week. You're actually called 50-50 JB. So yeah.
No way, not after that last one. No, that's almost like you're almost on a warning for that one.
A warning. Yeah, go on, your turn.
Oh no. Right. What have I got? I have actually done these earlier as well because I never have any set. I am going to go for a Bournemouth win against Tottenham Hotspur.
He stepped it up this week. He stepped it up. He knows he's been getting criticism on Twitter. People have been DMing him saying you're a pussy on your beer bet. So here we go. We're in now.
They're about 7-1, I reckon. So
yeah, I'll take it. Fair play on that.
Better than your bloody 3 points for Ward's 100 saves he's probably going to make, even though they lose 4-0.
Fair play on that one. I'll take Tottenham. Yeah, go on then. Just about Tottenham or draw. I'll take. I suppose.
Tottenham or draw. Yeah, you can have the draw as well.
Yeah, we'll
looking bad at the moment, Tottenham though.
Yeah, they have actually.
I am thinking that they play midweek in Champions League as well. So
there's a thing at play here because I don't think this has been mentioned by many people, but they are missing Richarlison and Kulusevski so much. Literally,
yeah.
They need.
They're trying to play 2 up front, aren't they? So it should be, which is better for Son. I think he's actually looked a bit more dangerous since, but still not helped him score any bloody goals.
They need that right winger, man. Like Kulusevski has been so good for since they've signed him since last January, and Richarlison is just an incredible player as well. They need one of them back desperately.
Yeah, definitely. 4-1 Bournemouth. I just had a look. So
he's stealing off us, man.
Definitely not a 50-50 that one. Come on, Doyle. What you got for us? Saying Everton themed, I guess.
Yeah.
Everyone to return like 15 points.
Yeah, well, Calvert-Lewin. That's all. Just a sneaky double digits from Calvert-Lewin.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's booked. And mine was a very similar theme, actually. I want, and bearing in mind he's done it once this season, I want Zaha for double digits this week. I think Southampton at home, I'm fancying that one a lot. So I think he has a bounce back game.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
Okay, yeah, why not? Let's do that one. And my last one is, I'm going to go for a boring one. So 1 goal or less in the Man United West Ham game on Sunday.
You know how to live it up, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to be sitting there hoping for a 0-0.
0-0. Come on.
I can taste the beer already. So yeah, I'll go for that one.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
And I will go the exact opposite and say there will be at least 5 goals in Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest.
Oh, I thought you could do the same game.
Man United.
I had the whole middle. I was free rolling so much. I had like 5 goals, 5 results or something. Yeah. That sounds a good one, though. That could be an absolute mullering, I think. Genuinely, that could be.
I think it could be. I just feel like a 3-2. Like a sneaky 3-2.
I'd go 4-1 more like, but yeah.
I think 4-1 sounds good. Yeah, I'll take the bet anyway, obviously.
Yeah, good. I think that's a good shrewd pick there from Doyle. I could see that happening, to be honest. But yeah, we'll take it. I was
going to go for 4, but 4 felt too.
Yeah, no, yeah. Because they could easily win 4-0 or 3-1, couldn't they?
I think you've missed one there, actually. I genuinely think Leeds-Liverpool could have about 8 goals in it, genuinely, this week.
Yeah, Liverpool can't keep it clean.
It's amazing. It's
Liverpool can't score. Just seen it at the weekend.
Also true.
Leeds score a lot of goals, actually, Doyle. They might help them out, I think.
Yeah, they might make it up.
Should be a good game, that one. It's 7:45 as well on Saturday night. So
I think whoever loses, the manager's going to get sacked. So.
Could be. So, yeah, I think everyone will be pissed up for that game in the evening. So it should be a cracking atmosphere. Liverpool Leeds.
Right. Good luck then, boys.
Do we know last week as well, the beer bets, by the way, the current situation? Did we work that out?
Yeah. So Europe's 9. I think Doyle's down 9 and I'm even. Or it might be 8 and 8.
I think it's 8.
So basically, Doyle owes me like 8 or 9 beers.
8 beers, yeah. And
8 Jaeger bombs.
Yeah.
All right, I'll share a couple with you, Josh. I'll share the wealth.
Yeah.
Just paying for our drinks, even though we've already paid for most of them.
You got to help us out. That's what I mean. So you've already prepaid for the money, but it might be worth on the day Doyle just sending you your money back. I think it might be worth that.
No, I'm not doing that. There's no chance in hell that I'm doing that. I will be buying you the Jaeger bombs, and you will be drinking them. I am losing this on purpose. I'm tanking, John, to get you absolutely battered.
I'm going to end up in a cabin going the wrong way again and on the wrong train to Brighton or something again, and
It wouldn't be the first time, would it, mate? To be
fair. It wouldn't be the first time. We'll have to do some live streams that day just so everyone can see. Put it on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Right. Before you lot started being all rowdy, I was going to do my bit about where I say, please like the video. Please subscribe to our channel because I always forget. So I'm just going to do it in an awkward time of the video now. So yeah, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, all in FPL, same Twitter handle. And it's been a pleasure as always.
And hopefully you've all enjoyed the intro that Doyle's going to add at the beginning because he forgets every week.
I was about to say you need to remind me of that too. But I've got it on my mind this week. So there's at least a 50% chance I get it.
Just like one of Josh's beer bets.
2 of my mates love that intro, Doyle. So they were gutted when it wasn't on there the other week. So we need to get it back.
Yeah. I need to improve it as well. Edit it. But
yeah, I think we should still keep the Northern Lights though, shouldn't we? Just for lols.
Oh yeah, that will stay in there. We should need to add some more clips and more funnies. So yeah. Anyway.
Someone told me about what you predicted, by the way, at the start of the season, Doyle, where you said Salah wouldn't be the top point scorer. And I was really impressed with that when I remembered you said that.
Yeah. We got to go through those ones. And they were worth at least 10 beers each, right?
Yeah.
I was like, during a whole season one.
I was like, that was a bloody great tip. That was. I was like, bloody, I wish you'd have listened to that guy.
Yeah, well, we'll have to do some half season ones in the World Cup period.
Do you remember my tip as well at the beginning of the season? No. My hot take, because that was a hot take, wasn't it? Doyle's with Salah won't do very well or whatever, or won't be in the top 3. And mine was that Haaland's going to flop and he ain't going to be able to score any goals because of the way Man City play. He won't be able to get free of any defenders or anything. So he
has struggled so far.
And I think that with our beer bet or the bet or whatever it was that he'd get less than 12 goals or something, or 10 goals or something
got like 2 games.
Yeah, so that's out the window. We'll have to go back and get that one.
And mine was
that Lloris won't be in deal.
Mine was that Fraser Forster will be England captain by Gameweek 4 or something like that. So yeah,
we'll have to clip some of them, won't we? And get Billing in there as well. We could probably make quite a good intro now, couldn't we? With some of our ridiculous quotes.
I think it's all. I think we've deleted it all, to be honest. So yeah,
We
it's
should.
like-
I've deleted it all, yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, we can export it out, I think.
we could pull it out of YouTube. Well, that can be a task for over Christmas when we're bored watching England lose. So
I don't know if I'll leave this in the recording or not, or if I'll cut this last bit, but whatever.
This is where we're at our best.
Pure
Yeah,
rambling.
just cut it. Right. See you in a bit. Bye.
Right. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks, guys.